Hello and welcome to episode 15 of VocTer Gaming. I am your host, the vocal terrorist, Jesse Rain. Start of a new week, start of a new theme. This week's theme is Zerg versus Zerg. And we're going to start today with a game between EGIdrA and colCatZ. I'm going to hit play. Spawning in the northwest position is the blue Zerg, EGIdrA. Spawning in the northeast position is the red Zerg, colCatZ. EGIdrA there misspelling the good luck have fun. Surprised to see him not rage quit immediately. I like to rag on EGIdrA, just to explain what's going on with that for these people who don't know. I did speak a little bit about EGIdrA last week and about how he's probably the worst mannered player in StarCraft 2 right now. He rage quits a lot, but a lot of people dislike him for that. While I don't necessarily agree with it, I think it's good for the game. I think you have the ambassadors of the sport, people like Slayer's Boxer, people like Liquid Huck, who are very approachable, very nice people, who do a lot to increase the viewership of the sport. But then you've got to have the people like EGIdrA, the bad-mannered. He creates great moments with it though. No one will ever forget the MMA game where he quit after MMA blew up his own command center. No one will forget the game against OGSMC where he quit to a bunch of hallucinated colossi. Like, those moments are just brilliant. They create a variety in the game. The fact is, if everyone was all nicey-nicey, like, that's fine, but that's not what gets people excited. I like players like this. Now, of course, this is a mirror matchup. Both players taking their hatchery at almost exactly the same time. There will be a lot of that going on in this game. I don't know a great deal about Zerg, which is partly why I want to do this. It's partly why I want to do this commentary on Zerg vs Zerg this week. Coming up, of course, we will have two games from one of the best Zergs in the world, generally well known for his Zerg vs Terran, but we will be seeing Dongray play over the course of the next few days, which will be excellent. And we are finishing the week off with a completely Zerg-free Terran vs Protoss show match, featuring Duckload's White Ra, who is just amazing. The things he's doing right now are things no one else in the world is doing. And that's going to be really interesting, because I will be absolutely sick to death of looking at Zerg units by Friday, so I could not face another Zerg vs Zerg. What I want to look at in this is, well, one of the themes of this week is how the small decisions can change things. The small timings can really put you out, especially in Zerg vs Zerg. It's something that happens in Protoss vs Protoss as well. It doesn't happen so much in Terran vs Terran, which is a lot more positional play. But as we note, colCatZ has got its speed up. It's 2 seconds earlier, whereas EGIdrA went for the double queen. And the way this changes things is that gives him a window. That's what all this is. It gives him a timing window. That few seconds where he will have speed up and EGIdrA won't is a couple of seconds where he has the advantage. But the same way, having the queens out like that, so we notice no queen there in colCatz's base, only the one queen. What that means is that EGIdrA can drone up faster. He can use the inject lava, or he can spread creep tumors. Not as effective in Zerg vs Zerg, because obviously your opponent gains the creep bonus. And as we see, a Baneling nest now going down in EGIdra's base. EGIdrA is a very aggressive player, and what this will allow him to do is really put pressure on here. If you can get some Banelings in, you can blow up all this. It takes only one Baneling to blow up quite a few Zerglings, as they are very weak. As we see colCatZ doing some pressure here, but Speed will be finishing for EGIdrA first, allowing him... Speed will be finishing for colCatZ just first, allowing him to escape. See, there's the difference. Whereas if EGIdra's Speed had finished first, he would have been able to kill a lot more of those Zerglings. But the Baneling nest is up now. as we see these light engagements here. colCatZ is trying to do some scouting, just wants to get in this base and see what's going on, and he is going to manage it. As we see, sees the baling nest, sees the one gas, knows exactly what is going on now. Both players with baling nests finished. And a spine crawler now going down. Really did want that earlier. As we see, a couple of balings morphing just here, allowing him to defend very effectively against any more Zergling intrusions. As you see, the spine crawler here going to stop any of that aggression from EGIdrA. And if we look in here, we see the hatchery morphing to the lair for colCatZ. This is going to allow him to get a spire and muters very, very quickly. Notice here, defensive balings. Baling's very good for defense in Zerg versus Zerg. Overlord attempted to scout, but the Queen is pushing it away. We jump back to EGIdRA's base. We see again the lair morphing here. We see a Roach Warren here, very, very mirrored over here with the Roach Warren and lair. Notice though the difference. EGIdRA choosing to go for the Roach Warren first, then the lair, could be costly. It's very, very good to get muters out as fast as possible. Especially when the other player is going for them as well. Muters are really kind of forced in Zerg vs Zerg at the moment. There's not much you can do without them. They're such a great harass unit. Of course, the Infester is still an excellent unit to go to. I think everyone in Zerg vs Zerg is attempting to tech 2 Infestors at the moment, on account of fungal growth just being excellent. It's excellent against everything. It's excellent against Hydras, it's excellent against Zerglings, it's excellent against Muters, it's excellent against Corruptors. Really, all it's not that effective against is Roaches, but what it still does is it forces the Roaches to sit in one place while your Zerglings can take them off, can get a good surround on them. And if we look up here, we see EGIdRA going for the in-base macro hatch. Very, very useful. Something Lenok does. Lenok does not like going to a third base without a macro hatchery, feels it's very unsafe. Is, however, taking these rocks down, will be expanding to this location next. Can be quite vulnerable to attack from around here, so we'll have to be careful of anything colCatZ tries to do. Both men with glial reconstruction going. EGIdRA with Zerg missile attacks level 1, while colCatZ is going for burrow. That is going to make his roaches so effective. Once you have burrow, essentially he will be able to take down unlimited amounts of these other roaches, as he can attack, kill a few, burrow, heal, pop back up, attack, and so on and so forth. With EGIdRA taking these Zerg missile attacks level 1, what that means is he's definitely going muters as fast as possible. We'll be getting that spire any time now. Unless he's already got it. I didn't see it go up. No, I don't see a spire. Good, I'm not going insane. And he drops the third base now. But there is a large force of roaches coming out with burrow. Infestation pit going down now for colCatZ. Now this is exciting, as we see the third base for him now being taken as well. These roaches are going to absolutely destroy this. Needs to cancel. No way he can hold this. Does cancel. Does take down the drone though. He's going to lose a few roaches to these, but nothing major. Uses 2 as a distraction. The rest will get away. Brilliant move there by colCatZ. That third base is going to be so important for EGIdRA. With the macro hatchery in the base, that means he's going to absolutely destroy his minerals and his gas, and will need so much. He's going to chase him all the way back to his base now. I don't think he's going to be able to do a lot. Infestation pit now going down for EGIdRA, but very, very much later. Choosing instead the Zerg missile attacks level 2, which from the looks of it means, since he's not got a spire yet, has not got muters out yet, it looks to me like he is going to go straight all the way to Broodlord Infester. As we see here the evolution chamber. Not a lot going on. Zerg vs Zerg is very strange in terms of attacks. Here we see the Overlord having scouted colCatZ's third base. Is going to do his best to take it down, but this force of roaches is here. colCatZ needs to move up to defend, And he does so. Don't forget his roaches have burrow, which if he uses it will be very effective. Of course, has to be careful, because if he burrows, EGIdrA can just take down this hatchery instead. That queen is going to go down, losing a few drones. This base is going to fall, except he has infestors out now. The base falls, but he has infestors on the way. Excellent move there by EGIdrA to shut that base down. Very, very important to do so after having lost his third. As we see now, expanding the creep, allowing him to move around faster, moves this spine crawler slightly forward. Does have an overseer out to help him with those burrowed banelings. It's creating